Iowa and Penn State get together in Happy Valley. This is an interesting series, even though they're not technically rivals. It's been a really good series. And Iowa, as we talk with Steve each and every week, is the aberration of college football with the great defense and the non existent offenses. And this has been going on for years. Steve stopping by, of course, Steve Merrill from wagertalk.com, Wager Talk TV, to break down week 4 of college football. I was a 15-point dog against Penn State. And one quick note, at least for me, and I don't know if this is wise thought, but for me, it's kind of conventional that I basically don't pick Iowa to cover when they're the favorite or the other team to cover against Iowa when Iowa's the underdog.
No, it's not bad. I mean, you're talking about one of the best defensive teams and one of the worst offensive teams. And dichotomy-wise, it's probably the most extreme you and I have seen in quite a while. So it would make a lot of sense that a bad offense, good defensive team is going to be a strong underdog and a terrible favorite, right? So that does make sense. Iowa, of course, I took a shot with them in week 1. I've had a great football season on a current 80%, 12-3 run the last couple of weeks of Wager Talk. 3-1 in week 1. The only game I missed in week 1 was taking a shot with Iowa as the big favorite. And normally I never would have done that, but all of the reading between the lines, new offense, motivation to put up more points, and yet they only scored 24 as a 24-point favorite. But of course, what do they do when I don't use them the next 2 weeks? They come out and cover both weeks as a favorite. So they are still 2-1 against the spread this year, 3-0 straight up. They do qualify as a good defensive dog. You're catching more points than they've allowed this season. They're allowing just 12 points a game, just 4 yards per play. But I think this is a really good Penn State team. I think it's a national title caliber Penn State team, and I think it's a focus spot for them at home in this game. They only have a game at Northwestern on deck, coming off the Illinois win, an impressive win there. And they have not turned the ball over this year. Normally that would be a concern. You'd say, hey, they're due for some bad fortune. But this is a veteran offense, good quarterback. I don't think that's a fluke, and I think they're really equipped to take advantage of this Iowa defense and put some points up. My database rescore simulation, 10,000 games, favors them winning by 20 points on average. So I'll lay it with Penn State here. I think they're one of the more underrated teams in the country.
And Steve, you did say 12-3 against the spread on your best picks in college, correct?
College and pro. In fact, the last 2 Sundays and Mondays in the NFL, I believe, are 9-1 now, 90% alone. So it's been a nice run. And just another reason to check out wagertalk.com for those best bets.
And there it is, folks, wagertalk.com. And Steve does segments right here on YouTube, Wager Talk TV as well. But the exclusive under the radar selection he reserves just for us at the Voice of College Football, and we appreciate that. You can get that as a YouTube member or on patreon.com/MarkRogersTV. Steve is. So you just heard those numbers, but he can top that even so with his under the radar selection at 15-1 against the spread for us at the Voice of College Football. Steve, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Mark.